いな、貧乏転校生。
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 9 of Ubisoft Imagine Figure Skater. I think that's where my camera is centered. I have no idea honestly because, like always, VTS is super strange and funky and weird. But we're gonna hope that this is where the camera is centered. And I'm gonna try not to move. Whoa, we're in some crazy lag. Anyway, let's continue on. We're gonna load this one right at the end of November. We're gonna go talk to Coach, I believe. And go see what's going on. Yep. Hey Rachel, you made your weekly goal, nice job. Okay, cool. We're gonna start December? Okay. How's your cold, Rachel? You have to keep practicing or things will get difficult for you.
I know, but I can't help getting a cold. I'm sorry. That's just an excuse.
This week I want you to raise your stamina by 1 level and master the donut spin. Don't let a cold get in the way, just get rid of it.
If Sally were here, she'd cheer me up. I need to focus and practice.
A donut spin? What's the point of doing a donut spin if the game never even has me do any of these? Like, what's the point of even learning these if the game never even has me use any of them? Also, I have OBS open, and like all of my stuff is broken for some reason. It might be because I'm on this specific profile, but like all of my stuff for streaming is broken. Like all of my connections to Twitch and everything are all showing up as not being right. I wonder if I actually get more points for stuff like that, because they all look the same. That doesn't seem any less difficult than any of the other spins we do. Okay, well let's talk to Mom, and then we'll hit the stores, we'll go to the restaurant, and then we'll hit Flower Shop Training Center. We'll do the museum last for our artistry. Here's your allowance, Rachel.
Hooray!
I do not want to save. The Momvasion event in Grand Blue just started yesterday, so that's funny. It's funny to think about. You really became a professional skater, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Winter sports just aren't very popular, blah blah blah. Now you've got Val to worry about. Sure you can competitive. Sure, let's see if we got anything new for December. It's always stuff like hidden in the middle. What's this? Bunny tail. We have had that. Concord. Oh, it's on the other side. Oh, this is new. Coming at you like a dark horse. Antenna. I think those are the only 2 new things. Oh no, this is new. Pion Pion, Visual Rachel, Usagi to Pion. A mini hamster. That's crazy. Disguise glasses. Cat ears. This looks so weird. Okay, well we might come back and buy that later. I don't like how her hair clips through the hat. We'll have to look at the boutique, see if there's any new clothes there. Something happened, didn't it, Rachel?
How do you know?
Well, as your training money is almost gone, it's rather unlikely that you'd be coming to shop. Dang, she called me out like that.
Kevin confessed his feelings to me. I turned him down. I think it's best. I asked when Tobias' birthday was, but I never even thought to ask Kevin about his birthday.
I see. Going to take a look around? I will. This is the most exciting part of the game, not gonna lie. Seeing if she's got new clothes. Because like low-key, I really don't care about the accessories. But she never has anything new. I hope we get a new thing from Val. Anyway, let's go to the restaurant. It's on me today, eat as much as you like.
Thanks, but I can't let myself gain weight again.
It seems like Coach Summers really got to you.
You knew about that?
She's worried, you know? She was wondering if anything was bothering you.
Well, I'm a little stressed by Mr. Halbert and the media pressure. Coach keeps scolding me. I thought she might have given up on me.
She just wants you to have the strength to bounce back from criticism. She worries about you, which is why she sends me to cheer you up.
Coach Summers really is the best in the world.
Alright. Let's go here. We're gonna go to the school last. Gotta go talk to Sally. I heard you have a cold, don't overdo, blah blah blah.
Thanks, but it's nothing.
You went to try out the US Championships rink, right? Maybe you're tired after the trip.
Val was there to practice too. She was really good. I can't afford to get careless.
Are you okay, Rachel?
It's hard not having you around to cheer me up, Sally.
Please don't say that. It's hard for me too.
I'm sorry. Of course I respect your decision.
She can still, like, hang around though. Anyway, it's time for the locker game. It's time. Locker, I hardly know her. I'm trying out a new thing underneath the Spectre to try and hold it in place, and it's rattling, which is really annoying. It's not as stable as the 3DS case, and you might be able to hear it in the mic. If it sounds like there's something rattling, that's it. It's kind of annoying, not gonna lie. Oh. Oops, I thought I got both of these bags. Oh. Let me see if I can... I think it's good. For now. Hopefully it doesn't rattle as much this time. I don't think it's gonna slip, so I think I can just ignore it. Oops. Oh well. Oh. You know what? I think I am gonna switch back to the DS case. Ooh, maybe this'll work. Cool. Well, we're gonna go to the... What? Okay. Interesting. We're gonna go to the flower shop. The Spectre, like, freaked out and kept switching out of tablet mode, so... Rachel, you're here early. In fact, you're the second one here.
Who's the first?
Karen's always here early, although she just stepped out with a boy a little while ago.
A boy? I think I'll spy on them a bit. What are they saying?
Dang. Oh, yeah, you can see his hair, just a tiny bit poking out on the side.
Flowers. Love. You. Oh wow, it sounds like she's talking to the boy she likes. Who?
It's gonna be Kevin.
What?
Oh no, it's Tobias. I was gonna say Tobias, but I thought the hair looked more like Kevin. I realize now it's just the outline of his hair. Thanks. I've been waiting to hear that.
Tobias? No, I can't believe it.
Rachel.
I'm sorry. I overheard. Congratulations on becoming a couple. Rachel, you've got the wrong idea. No, don't worry about me. Congratulations, Karen.
Awkward. He wants to give you flowers. That's why he's asking Karen, who's always there with you at the thing. It's classic. It's a classic. What better way to know what the person you like, or like what kind of gift you should get the person you like, than asking their friends, right? That's just common sense. You got two options. You can either go to them and say, hey, what if you were to give a gift, if you were to get a gift, what kind of gift would you like? Or you can be like, hey, do you know what you can go to a friend and be like, you know what so-and-so would want? Like, what do you think so-and-so would want to get for their birthday? Right? It just makes sense. Dang, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at decorating cake in a children's game. You've never seen anybody who could decorate cake like I could. Oh. Oh, what's her name? Sharon. Sharon's sprite always looks so good. She always has such a smug expression.
Good morning, Sharon.
It seems to be less than a good morning for you.
I'm exhausted from dealing with all the media. They just won't give up.
Hey, why don't we have a party at that restaurant next week?
A party? Yay!
So get through the interviews with a smile, okay, Rachel? Why was Isabel even there? Like, what was even the point of having Isabel there? Do we really have to go talk to... I guess we really have to talk to what's-his-face.
Thanks, Mr. Hartman. My test went great.
Oh yeah, the French test. I'm glad to hear that.
When I study with Tobias, I feel like I have to try my hardest. So please thank him for me too.
It's thanks to you that Tobias is studying so hard these days. And he's also gotten better at dealing with his fear of girls. The other day, he was talking on the phone with Karen and enjoying himself. I'm really grateful to you, Rachel. Going to look at the CDs? No, because there are none. It's time for the drama. I've already used up my preteen drama title and the Real Housewives title and the Rachelorette. I need a new one. Maybe we can do a Love Island one this time. Skate Love Island. Oh, look at that face.
Are you really going to quit, Sally?
I think it's for the best. I'm going to miss having you around. I wish you luck in whatever you choose to do. Have faith in yourself. It looks like you finally got your old style back, Rachel. This week, blah 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 blah. Ina Bauer. Didn't we already do the Ina Bauer? Hey man, you got more money for me? Nice. Ayo. Extra 250. Now we can go buy that funky rabbit hood. We gotta practice. Ina Bauer? Bauer, I hardly know her. We're not even your... Okay, cool. Like, what are we doing? This is just a step, right? Ina Bauer. Yeah. Cool. Oh. Okay, I'll give it to you. Your legs look kind of funky. What was that freeze frame? What is that freeze frame? Oh, that's so funny. She's just like... Oh. It's a guy and my mom. Is that my dad? Let's go say hi to Dad. Rachel, did you give my offer of professional debut any more thought?
I did, and I decided I'm gonna stay here and compete.
May I ask why?
My mom is here, my friends are here. I have so many people here who support me. Coach Summers is always looking out for me, and I have great rivals. This is where I belong.
You would find enthusiastic support as a professional skater.
I'll think about becoming a pro once I'm an adult.
If you change your mind, please let me know. Okay, that was uneventful. Let's go talk to Tobias and Milk. Rachel, I was just about to take Milk for his walk. Come with me.
No thanks, I have practice.
I want to clear things up about the other day at the flower shop.
Oh gosh, look at the time. See you later, Tobias.
Rest in peace. It's not... Oops. There's nobody here.
It's not like I like you. I finally decided I'm gonna stay here and keep competing after all.
That's great.
I think staying here is the best thing I can do. Hello. Oh, Rachel, listen, about the other day. See you later, Mr. Kelly. Bye, Karen.
Okay. Oh, there you got Christmas stuff up.
Well now, if it isn't the most inexplicably popular girl in town. Inexplicably? What?
I asked the Hartmans if they were interested in posing as models for our men's selection. But since the shoot would take place the same time as your championships, they said they couldn't.
Tobias is going to come and cheer for me at the championships.
I couldn't let them go that easily, so I tried pretty hard to get him to say yes, but Tobias just wouldn't listen. He must really care about you. Going to take a look around? No, you didn't have anything last week. I have no confidence. No confidence in your ability to get new items. I am, however, going to buy this funky bunny hat.
Pion pion, visual neon usagi to pion.
There's no clap at the end, though. Should we get this big ribbon, too? I feel like this maid thing is just kind of weird. Yarhar, pirate hat. Wizard hat, silk hat, halo. I don't know, I'm just not really feeling any of these. I'll be honest. Anyway, oh, let's go see, what's-her-face? I can never remember her name. Julie.
Hello, Rachel. Kevin has a cold. You're in a good mood today, Julie, but I'll have you know he got that cold from me.
What? I heard you dumped him, Rachel, right after you gave him your cold. That was cold.
What? No, it's fine. Now that you're not in the picture, my time has finally come. I knew that Kevin liked you, Rachel, and as long as he did, I knew he would never look my way. So now Kevin will be mine.
You go, Julie. I don't even care about Kevin. Who cares? Who cares about Kevin? He was doomed for failure. He was the childhood friend. He was never gonna win. It's always the new girl, or in this case, the new boy. But what about the new jeans? Oh, I messed up. I was too distracted thinking about new jeans. I feel like we got off to such a bad start that this one I feel like I should just talk. It really is like one or the other. I can either talk while I'm doing this, or I can like try hard and focus. But since the beginning was already kind of funky, I didn't like any of those patterns at the start. I figure I might as well just talk, you know? We're gonna do this at least 5 more times this episode. Once more this week, 2 more over the next, or 4 more over the next 2 weeks. So we got plenty of chances to try and beat the score. I think it's possible to get 20. I think it's possible without cheating. I wonder, could I set the game speed? If I set the game speed to be slower, how would that work? Like, I wonder if would that affect my would that affect the timer, and would it affect how fast my taps got registered, or I don't know. I don't think this has out of focus auto pause. The one time I wish it was like Grand Blue and had the like non-background thing. It's really interesting which games have that. I've noticed that some games just have that and some games don't. I think Fatal 12 is like that, where it just kind of stops if you're not tabbed in. I think Paper Lily is like that too. Nikke is like that. Grand Blue obviously is like that. But a lot of games aren't like that. I guess Minecraft pauses if you leave like focus. But that only really matters in single player. I'm thinking about doing a Minecraft series. I might try a Minecraft series. Not like a hardcore world or anything like that, but there's like a Nomads like plugin setup thing with the Turnos, and I'm thinking about doing that. That might be an interesting series. So let me know if you want to see that. There aren't really any mod packs I really want to play. But, you know, I don't know, I'm just not like a big fan of like the existing mod packs. They just, I don't know. If I'm playing a mod pack, I want something that really is like progression based, but like actually has like, it's not just like, do all these things in a book. And I don't want something like SevTech. That just seems like a bunch of busy work. I don't know. It's the same thing with like Sky Factory. I feel like Sky Factory is kind of boring, like, just on its own. And especially like the new Sky Factory, like Sky Factory 4. I don't know. One of those things where it just doesn't seem that interesting. If Dawncraft ran better and was a better made mod pack, I'd like that a lot. Unfortunately, it's kind of garbage. I mean, I guess it's fun, but it's like, I feel like it's way too... The problem is, it's way too, like, world dependent. To where there are some... You could just get screwed over on... Oh, we're not gonna... Bruh. We're gonna do it again all that time just to make me do it again. I have to do it at least one more time. I got the not bad. I didn't even get, like, a half thing. That's how bad I did. Yeah, I feel like the problem with Dawncraft is the seed is so important to having like a coherent game. Like when I did my first world, when I first tried it out before we did the collab, it went super poorly because just like where I spawned and everything was just really wacky. But when we did the collab, we actually had a really good spawn, relatively speaking. And I think it went really well. It was just, we had horrible performance. So, I don't know. I feel like it's too unbalanced. It's definitely not polished enough. It seems like a bunch of mods that people just like put together and like smash together and just like, here's the thing. So, Rachel, how do you think you did on the test?
After the teacher told me to try harder last month, I did just that. I'm sure I did better than last time. Maybe I've gotten good at skating and studying now.
Well, your grades in math and science certainly have been going up.
Thanks to you, Sharon. I can't wait to get my tests back next week.
You still tend to zone out sometimes. Is there something that's been bothering you?
Hey, I just remembered something important. See you later.
I wonder if she's alright. Something probably happened with Tobias. And I'm yours! Wait, hold on. I have this audio track I never use for anything. I never use it. I always have it recording. And I never use it. But it's time to use it. I always have it recording and there's never anything in it. We gotta find it. We gotta find it. And in the end, I do it all again. I think you're my best friend. Don't you know that the kids aren't alright? Okay, that's enough of that. Please don't sue me. Don't claim my video, bro. What is this? What is this? This looks like a dramatic moment in some, like, romance drama.
Are you okay, Isabel? You look awful.
I think I might have a cold. I probably caught Kevin's. He's not doing well at all, though it's not just the cold.
I see. I am sorry. After all, I'm the one that gave him the cold and broke his heart.
Oh gosh, please don't apologize. That's not what I meant at all. And that's why Kevin and I both want to continue to be your friends. Just like we always have been. Stop interfering with my love life. What are you doing here?
I haven't been feeling well, so I've been in the nurse's office all morning. Stop trying to help me when I'm not around. I'm trying to rizz up this nurse.
But I didn't say anything wrong, and why are you trying to rizz up the nurse?
No, you didn't. And I do feel exactly the way you said I do. Plus, who wouldn't want to rizz up the school nurse? Rachel, I hope we can still be friends. Good luck at the championships.
He's trying to rizz up the school nurse. He's so real for that. Hi Rachel, I decided blah blah blah.
Karen's not here yet.
Karen said she has a cold and wouldn't be coming today. Maybe your hard work caught up with her.
I wonder who she's planning to give that wreath to.
Maybe she caught it from Kevin. We finally finished our goal. Time to go tell the coach. She reminds me of Professor Juniper. I think it's the hair. Hey Rachel, blah blah blah. Although Aria's hair, it's a little different. What? She's got like the East Coast like beehive, right? Glad to see you're back in your role. I guess that makes sense since the Univo region is based on New York and New Jersey. Don't get careless.
I won't.
Triple Axel. Oh, Camille. It's Camille Beaver. What voice do we give Camille Beaver? Do we? What voice do we give Beaver? She does not look how I thought she would look at all. She kind of looks like Val's older sister. Not gonna lie. Honestly, she's supposed to be an adult. She looks, I don't know, she has a very youthful face. The way they've like made her eyes, it makes her look really young. Like she looks like she'd be younger than, well I guess obviously she's probably younger than the coach. She looks younger than Klein too. I think it's just because Klein's got this crazy jawline. She looks like she might be, actually I don't think we have anybody to compare her to. There's like no, I don't know, because Shelly and the other lady, the older sister, both look pretty old just because of they have very defined and elegant facial features. And then Molly is like a child. And everyone else in this game is either a child or like an adult. Like Hartman, adult. Like everyone's like middle-aged or middle-aged. Hartman's probably like what, 40? Because Tobias is like what, he's like 13 or something like that. Anyway, what voice should we give Camille Beaver? I don't know, I don't have any Beaver voices. Baby, 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 oh, I can't do that either, that's not a voice. I mean, we already use Canadian, sort of. So, maybe we make her sound British. Have we? I don't think we're using the British voice anymore, are we? Oh, actually, we might be using the British voice for the lady at the restaurant. Who cares? Camille's more important.
I took the liberty of watching your performance. Camille Beaver! If you skate like that, you'll have a great chance of winning. I'd put my money on either you or Lu Zhang. Lu Zhang?
She's a new skater who came here from China. She gonna be the rival after Val?
An unknown new skater, huh? Well, that's okay. All I have to do is keep working on perfecting my skating, right, Coach?
That's right, one step at a time. Thanks, Camille Beaver.
Camille Biva. My name's Camille Biva.
Biva! I don't know, I was trying to think about the Mihadu voice, but I haven't played Fatal 12 in so long.
Rinka, what did Mihadu sound like? You had to explain the triple axel.
Triple axels, 3.5 spin, blah blah blah, a few women who can afford it if you... yeah, cool.
I don't know, I don't remember what Mihadu sounded like. That's the problem. I just don't remember what...
Oh, no, I was not ready for this.
I don't remember what Mihadu sounded like. It's a problem. I don't know, and I feel like the other problem is I'm thinking about Mihadu, and Mihadu's like way more gloomy than Camille Beaver.
Camille Beaver? Oh my god, it's Camille Beaver. I looked at her and I was like, she definitely needs to sound like this, but we already have too many characters that sound like this. So, I don't know. Oh look, it's Val. See, like Val. Val definitely needs to sound like this.
Val, what are you doing before the competition?
I'm fixing my outfit. I heard you turned down the opportunity to go pro, Rachel.
Yeah, I realize that competing is what's best for me right now.
You'll never grow if you're always trying to please others.
I'm not trying to please others. This is what I want. What about you, Val?
What would you know about it? I'll show you just how good I am at the US Championships. Welcome, Rachel. Gonna buy something today? No. Let's go talk to Boutique. It's blah blah blah, how are you doing? Been able to concentrate again, I'm glad. How are the preparations going for the Christmas party, sir? They're going great, though it'd be good if I could find a better looking father and son than the Hartmans.
Still looking for models, huh?
Yup. Gonna take a look around? No, I won't. Let's go talk to Sharon. Rachel, we know it's a little early, but Merry Christmas.
Thanks, you guys. Can I open it? A keychain. It's so cute.
We picked it up out together. Take it with you to the competition as a good luck charm.
Oh gosh, thanks, you guys. But it really wasn't necessary. I didn't even get you anything.
What are you saying? Having you around is the only gift we need. That's right, Rachel. Oh, can't forget this. It's this month's coupon. Something, 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 but she's cheering for you.
I'll have to thank her when I see her again.
Oh, they saw Sally. To our friendship. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, let's go talk to Tobias. Here, Rachel. I got you an early Christmas present. This CD should help lighten your heart.
What are you doing? You should be giving this to Karen, not me.
I told you, that whole thing at the flower shop was a misunderstanding. Karen said the same thing, right?
But I heard you. She said that she liked you. I know I should be happy for you both, but...
I wanted to keep this secret, but... I was asking her what kind of flowers you liked. Because I wanted to make you a bouquet. A bouquet for the US Championships.
Then when you said you were waiting to hear that, you meant... I'm so sorry.
Hey, I'm glad I found out how you really feel. So will you accept the CD? You got the CD one clear day.
Of course.
I hope I can be there for you as your boyfriend.
Oh, Tobias, I like you too. This is the best Christmas ever. Tobias, I'm going to win the championships, I promise. And when I do, I'll accept your bouquet with a smile.
Okay. Let's go take to Isabel. She is a belle, but she is not a belle. Isabel is not a belle. What? Is not a belle?
Is not a belle. You just gave your wreath to Coach Klein, didn't you?
Yup. He seemed surprised, but he liked it.
That's great.
You're working hard to give Tobias a bouquet, right, Rachel?
You knew about that? Is it strange for a girl to be giving a boy a bouquet?
Of course not. Tobias loves flowers, right? Shine bright like a diamond. We're gonna do the locker game. Locker, I hardly know her. No. We're so behind schedule on this. See, the problem with this is you can't ever be like, oh, I'm gonna take it easy if I don't get to a certain point by a certain time. Because you might get like a ton of easy locker setups, and then you don't have enough time to like blast through them all because you took it easy. So you always gotta try. You've always gotta be going. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it. You just gotta commit. You gotta Camille Beaver. Commit Beaver. She's my favorite skater. Commit Beaver. Camilla Cabello. She's my favorite skater. What's she doing, by the way? What kind of new songs has she been putting out? I don't follow her at all. She put out anything new? Anything good? I'll be honest. The only things I really know are Worth It, Work, and Havana. And two of those aren't even like her songs. They're Fifth I guess they sort of are her songs. But they're Fifth Harmony songs. It's like saying One Thing is like my favorite Harry Styles song. It's like, well, sort of, right? Like he's in it, but like, really? You'd be like, what's your favorite Justin Timberlake song? Bye Bye Bye. It's like, what? I mean, I guess you're not wrong, but like, right? Like, if you ask somebody what their favorite Paul McCartney song is, right? They're not gonna say like Hey Jude or something. They're gonna try and maybe like one of his actual. They're gonna say like Temporary Secretary. Temporary decorating. Yes. Oh, actually, I got a horrible score on this one last time. I got like an 84, and it was like, cool, you get a quarter of a bar. They really did me in on that last one. What did I do that was so bad? They really had it in for me. Excuse me. We completed our goal. Let's go talk to Karen. Karen Travers?
Hi, Rachel. I'm so sorry about my behavior at the skating shop the other day. How's your cold?
Much better, thanks.
You had the wrong idea about me and Tobias, right? How's your wreath coming along? I think it'll be done in time. There's a boy in my class who's in the hospital now, and he's not going to be home for Christmas. So I decided to make him a giant wreath, and at least give him his hospital room a little holiday cheer. It's the boy in the hospital that I...
What? I feel like that was another typo. This guy does not look nearly as cool as his sprite looks. Mr. K, I'm handing back your test results.
Oh, right.
Your French grades have really improved.
Well, if I'm gonna be competing worldwide, I thought it'd be good to know French.
I can respect that.
My
grades are good too. Okay. That was one of the conversations of all time. Let's get to the rink. Sure, let's save. We're gonna try and do my own. I'm gonna try and make my own thing this time so I can actually use the stuff they've given us. Tomorrow's the championship, yeah. What's one clear day? I think we should do bum 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 bum. What should we do? Bum 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 bum. Let's go with this. Oh, actually, we should probably go with this, right? This is for you, Isabel. This is for you, Izzy. So they have difficulty average. They have jump, step, spin, jump, 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 spin. I'm gonna, yeah. Sure, explain it. Choose original and a series of blank gray panels will appear on top. The bottom, okay. Okay. So let's do a C jump. Then let's do a spiral. Then the spin. Then the step. Then let's do another jump. And then a let's do a combination jump and then a normal jump. And then a normal spin. Yeah. Can I get to choose what I want now? So for the combination jump, I feel like we should start off with a triple. Right off the top. Actually, no, this is a C, so we should go back. No, I wanna... Yes. Oh, I gotta go all the way back, bro. I just wanna go back once. Okay, so we're gonna do C stump, spiral. Let's do a C spin, a jump, a step, a C jump, and then actually maybe we should do... Oh, I can't go back, bruh. Fine. Let's do another well, let's do a spin. First is the combination. So let's do a flip. Let's do a triple flip. And then let's do a loop. Let's do a double loop. Then we have the spiral sequence. Let's do the Ina Bauer. Then the combination jump. Let's do a layback. Let's do a sideways spin. And then let's do a sit spin. Then for the jump, let's do our triple axel. And then for the step sequence, let's do a circular step sequence. Then for the combination jump, let's do triple toe loop into a... Oops. Circular step, and then toe loop, circle, triple, and then we'll do a loop, which is a Z. We'll do a double loop. And then for the spin, let's do donut. And then for the combination spin, let's do crossfoot, and then a layback. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's do a cross. I guess that works. Let's go with this. We're gonna see how hard this is. I definitely want to run through this. I want to see if this is even possible. We're gonna find out. So we got a triangle and a Z. I know I was doing some crazy stuff on the DS.
1, 2. I can't believe it.
I'm doing some crazy stuff on this one. I'm going crazy on this one. I mean, like, dang.
Great. La, la, la.
Sideways and then sit spin.
Woohoo!
And then we got the triple axel.
This is great.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
Woohoo!
And then the circular step should be, what, 4 things? 3 or 4 things to place?
La, la, la. Looking good. Here I go. Look, I can't
Got that
believe
one.
it.
We'll be able to do that as long as I don't mess up the circle easily. Then donut, and then we got lay back into a crossfoot. Oop.
Woohoo! Looking good.
You still got so much stamina. Man, I could go crazy with some of these.
Woohoo!
She looks so goofy. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't know how many points we would get from the pre-made. I wish it was easier to check what we were gonna get from pre-made.
Here I go.
Oh, cool. This is like, we got like the same score.
La la la. Looking good. Here I go. I can't believe it.
Maybe I should have put the Ina Bauer in later. Probably should have done jump spin into the Ina Bauer.
This is great.
Anyway, we got the sideways, which is middle and then low.
Woohoo! La la la.
Then we got the triple axel.
This is great. La la la.
I probably had enough room for a C jump there. Triple axel into a toe loop, or toe loop into an axel. Actually, I think it's... You can only... you can't triple axel into things, but I probably could have done a triple axel into a toe loop. Double... triple axel, double toe loop. I probably could have done that.
La la la. Here I go. Look, I can't believe it.
And then we got middle, and then I think layback
This is
crossfoot is middle low again, or middle high. So we just got middle,
Woohoo!
and then we got middle high.
Looking good. La la la.
Oh, 10th of a point behind. You're so close. I feel like that was a pretty similar score to what we would have normally got. Oh, her leg clipped through the front of her dress. Okay, that's funny. She looks just like the ballerina in those music boxes. That's why I chose that one. What did we get? What did we get? I didn't see Val up there. 61. Dang. Dang. Not get as many points as I thought. At this rate, it might be difficult. You have to be perfect during your free skate. That is not as many points as I thought we were gonna get. Okay, we're gonna do one clear day. And then we're gonna go all in. We're gonna go all in. We're going all in. Do do do. Do do do. Okay, I want this. What is this gonna be? Okay, so toe loop. Oh, just toe loop, toe loop. Okay, that's kind of weird. Devil axle, donut spin, serpentine, Beelman, triple Lutz toe loop. Dang. Okay. Death drop, circular step sequence, donut spin, layback spin. 72. Sure, sure. I'll leave it up to you, coach. If we fail, we fail. I definitely want to go through, since you're making me do the...
1, 2.
And some of the stuff you're making me do, coach, kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And this quadruple toe loop is kind of funny.
This is great. This is great. I'll do my best. I can't believe it. This
What?
is great.
I got the axle, double axle.
Looking good. This is great. Looking good.
She looks angry. Did you see her face? She was angry.
Looking good.
Okay, time for the donut.
Woohoo! La, la,
Serpentine, we did that last time, right? No, we did circular. Serpentine's like 4 or 5. Oh, that's like the same amount. What?
Looking good.
It's just 3 points.
La, la, la. La, la, la. Looking good. This is great. La, la, la. I'll do my best.
Whoa, that's so fast. Okay, that's gonna be the hardest part.
Good.
If we don't do this, I'm blaming the coach for putting together this weird let's triple loop.
Woohoo! Looking good. Looking good.
This also seems longer than the one I did. Like, it just seems like there's more stuff. I don't know, it seems like there's more moves. Like, more slots. Maybe it's because there's more combinations? So triple flip into toe loop, or not toe loop, just loop.
Woohoo!
Okay. I really like these loop jumps. I do not like these Z's. I do not like the Z shape. I feel like what's really hard is when I have 2 jumps that I can't like loop the shapes into. Like the Omega into the Z is really annoying because I have to restart every time, whereas with the triangle and the circle, I can just keep spamming the shape and it's fine. Now that's some easy free points too. Donut in the layback. Yeah. Okay. Now it's time for the real thing. think I have to reset my stylus when I do this. Yeah.
1, 2.
I can't just make 4 circles. I have to go 1, 2, 1, 2. I can't just go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Great.
See, this isn't that bad. Just this on its own. But it's when it's the LUTs into the Z, it's such a weird shape.
Looking good. La la la. Woohoo!
Nice spin.
Good. Looking good.
I was playing the Sword to the Beat rhythm game in Wuwa yesterday. I was doing all of it because I hadn't done it yet. And like, it kind of sucks.
La la la.
I think more of it was just so boring. Like, the part where it would speed up randomly, the visual thing was not great. It was, they could use some work on the visual clarity. But,
Looking good. I'll do my best.
I don't know how you're supposed to do that.
Whoops.
Like, I don't think that's physically possible to do. But it was just so boring. It wasn't really hard, it was just like really boring to do. The visual clarity wasn't great. There were a couple times where in the triangle section, it would shift the screen and everything would rotate, and then I would have to input a direction, but I couldn't see which direction I was supposed to input until like I was supposed to input it, because the left and right like button things are the same color. So when it was like press J or K, I could tell because they're different colors. But then the left and right direction buttons are the same color, and I was like, I don't know which one this is supposed to be. Plus the like fever mode, speeding everything up and auto-completing the notes is super annoying. And even with Sigrika not auto-completing, it still just like randomly increases the speed of the whole song, so all the inputs come in faster, and then it just sort of ends, and it can end like right in the middle of something or right before something else starts, and so suddenly all of your timing is off because now the game's going like 3 times slower than it was.
Woohoo!
So that sucked. Also, I don't think I'm ever gonna listen to Coach Summers ever again. I don't know how she expected me to do the triple LUTs into the triple loop. I don't think that's possible. I'm gonna get docked. I don't remember what the penalties are. 1 point? Yeah, like, that was awful. Game over. Okay, wow, okay. We're gonna redo the short. Okay, I wondered what would happen if we do that. Second place.
I'll do my best.
Oh, it's just the same thing? We have to redo it? Oh, bro, what? Oh, this sucks. So I thought we'd have to get to redo my schedule. I have to redo the whole month if I want to change my routine?
Great. La la la.
Bro, it's gonna be the longest episode. Gonna be the I don't think it's possible. I genuinely don't think it's possible. I'm gonna have to change the second thing unless it makes me do both of them. If it doesn't let me change the free skate, I don't think we're gonna be able to do this.
This is great. Woohoo! La la la. This is great. Looking good. Woohoo! La la la.
I'm only getting 2.3 for this circular sequence, but the serpentine's like 3.1 and it's the same amount of, it's basically the same amount of stuff. Okay,
Looking good.
so I should just always do serpentine. Cool. Until serpentine gives me like 5 things to put in there. Oh, the rival score actually went up too. That's funny. That means it's not like a set score because it was 31.65 and this time it's 31.81. So then the score actually went up by 0.16. That's funny.
La la la! Woohoo!
I don't know what they want. I'm trying to think of what score combination they want me to get here because I feel like we've always been lacking behind,
Woohoo!
like lagging a little bit behind our rival score in the short skate. But like I don't even know how we're supposed to make up because we need like how many points do we get here? We get like 60 points. Yeah, we get like 60 points. We need like 90 points for to win the second thing. Are they gonna let me choose? Oh cool. We do get to choose. We're gonna go do. No. We're doing this. No, we're doing this because I don't want oh, it's we get more because it's the we're doing this because I do not trust your ability to make me do like feasibly possible things. So we're gonna do this. And then let's do a jump. Let's do step. Let's do a C-spin, C-jump, spiral, normal jump, step, jump spin. Combination jump. Let's do triple axel into double toe loop. Then for the spin, let's do death drop. Then for jump, let's do triple salcho. Then for the step sequence, let's do serpentine, combination spin. Let's do back scratcher into a let's do back scratcher camel. Combination jump. Let's do no, I don't want that. Salcho, lightning bolt, toe loop, triple toe loop. Actually, no. What's the triangle? The flip? Yeah, let's do triple flip into... Actually, oops. Camel spin. Yeah. Into back scratch camel spin. Yeah. Oh, I guess it's resetting that. No, I don't. Okay, fine. We can do camel into a back scratch. Combination jump. Let's do... I'm gonna do a double flip into... Oh, fine. Oh, I don't want to go back this far. Back scratch. Camel. Just let me go back and reset what I want to do first. Let's do a Lutz then. Do a double Lutz. And then I'll do a double toe loop. Then spiral sequence. Let's do Bielman. Then for a jump, let's do a triple axel. Then step sequence, let's do another serpentine step sequence. Then we'll do triple toe loop, and then we'll do a sideways spin into a standing spin. I can't wait for this to be just as hard. Let's go see if I can do this. I'll be honest. If we don't win this one, if we lose this one, I'm ending the episode. We'll figure it out next time.
Here I go.
I can totally do that. Death drop.
Great. Woohoo!
The lightning bolt's so smushed. Oh, the Omega symbol is in a different spot too. It's not in the same place as all the other symbols. That's funny.
Looking good.
That looks like way more of a lightning bolt than the symbol they use. Because that one's got like a straight horizontal line.
Looking
Serpentine
good.
should be easy. We have so much stamina, I don't think we'll run into any problems there.
Looking good.
We might run into problems with the game not registering my things on the pen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Back scratch into camel should be easy too. The spins are the easiest part. Like, how are you gonna watch a spin?
Woohoo! Looking good.
Not unless they do like a triple spin. So we got Lutz into
Looking
toe loop.
good. Looking good.
I think we'll be able to do this one
This
too.
is great.
Toe loop's all reliable. What?
I'll do my best.
Okay. It just didn't. Same thing happened there. It just didn't put my thing where I had it. I really wish you could see where I'm putting the pen when I'm doing this, the stylus, because I'm drawing all of these. I'm not going out of any of the
La la la.
shapes.
Looking good.
So I don't know.
La la la. Looking good. This is great. Looking good. Woohoo! This is great.
I feel like there's maybe almost too much variance. Like, the screen is too smooth.
La la la. La la la.
Like that. Like, I don't know, I'm making the same exact movement. I'm not deviating from the circle, and it's cutting me off. So. Either way, even if we bomb it like we bombed this one, I'm still getting a higher score than we got last time.
Woohoo!
Okay. Let's go through this and hope that the game doesn't screw me over by not properly detecting where I'm putting my thing. You can even see it too. You can see like the little thing for my stylus, but even that's like not accurate. Like it's lagging behind where I'm
1, 2.
actually moving. I think that's what's causing it. The fact that the Spectre doesn't register my pen exactly where
This is great.
it is.
1, 2. Ah, this is
Yeah.
great.
Because like I did that.
Looking good.
I did both of those. There were no... I never went out of the thing with the pen, so...
Woohoo! Looking good.
I don't know. Maybe I should move where the Spectre is or something like that.
La la la. La la la. Woohoo!
Also, I feel like the stamina doesn't do anything at all, I'll be honest. Like this. It's just not
Looking good.
picking up where I'm tapping. Maybe I'll try my finger. I'll try my finger in the toe loop. Actually, no, this is the toe loop Lutz.
Woohoo!
Actually, you know, I'll do it on this one. We'll see. We'll see if this works out any better.
La la la.
Oh, that works. It's about the same.
Looking good. This is great. This is great.
I like how they call this spin.
Great.
Like, I'm not doing anything.
La la la. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good.
She's angry again. Maybe that's just how she does the axle.
Looking good.
Also, I don't even think we were gonna Game? I feel like it doesn't ever register my first tap on the step sequence either. I don't even think the pre-made setup we had was even gonna hit 42.
This is great.
So maybe we gotta redo the whole month. Come on, game. I was thinking, Neon, why don't you film more of these back to back to back? Like, why don't you do multiple of these in a row? And just record a bunch all at once. And now I'm remembering why I don't do that. Because these competitions make me mauled so much because it doesn't pick up my inputs.
Woohoo!
So we'll see what we got here. But we need like 90 points. Which I don't even know how that's possible. Yeah, we need 90 points. We got a game over. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Okay. Well, that's the end of this episode. Welcome to the first ever rage quit of Ubisoft Imagine Figure Skater. We're done here. This is over.